Happy Saturday, everybody. We made it to the weekend. Woohoo! And God has watched over us all week. So the craft that I'm going to show you today reminds us that God is always watching us and protecting us. And it's kind of like our version of a dream catcher. A lot of times Native Americans used to use dream catchers. They looked like little hoops that were woven with strings in between, and sometimes they have feathers hanging down. And they would hang those over babies' beds to help protect them and keep a watch over them. So our version today is called a God's Eye. You'll see when we get done why it's named that. But all you need to do this craft is 2 popsicle sticks, some glue, and some yarn. I picked this rainbow yarn because if you have a lot of colors in your yarn, it makes a really cool pattern at the end. But you don't have to have yarn that has a lot of colors. You can use yarn that's just one color and it'll still look very good. So to get started, you're going to take your popsicle sticks and put just a dot of glue in the middle of one, and then you're going to stick your other popsicle in a T shape or like a plus sign. If you use liquid glue, you're going to have to wait for it to dry a little bit, but I used hot glue, so mine is all set to go. And then I'm going to take my yarn and tie it around the middle. So we'll just make one knot and then another knot to make sure it stays in place. And then we're going to cover up the middle part. We don't want the wood to show there. So what I'm going to do is take the yarn that's attached to my ball still, and I'm going to wind it around the middle. I'm going to wind this too so it's not hanging down. I'm going to wind it around 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to take it the other way. So I went from left to right, and then I'm going to go up and down. 1, 2, 3. All right, so from here, what we're going to do is we're going to keep winding our string around, and we're going to move from stick to stick around the outside to make kind of like a web. So what I want to do is I take my string and I go around the top stick all the way. My Google's trying to talk to me. And then, so once I go around the top, I'm going to go twist my stick, and I'm going to have a new one on top. And I'm going to go around the side and then on to the next one. So I keep twisting and wrapping it around each stick and then move on to the next one. And I'm going to keep going in that pattern until I fill up the whole thing. And I want to make sure that each time I wind it around, it's really close to the one I just did, because if I do it like that, or if I go like way out here, it's not going to look as nice at the end. So I'm going to line it up really straight with the string from before. Wind it around, move to the next one. So I'm going to fast forward this part so you don't have to watch me do the whole thing, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm finished. So I filled up my popsicle sticks. I've gone almost to the edge, but I'm going to leave a little bit here showing so that it doesn't slip off the end. So I have my string still attached. So what I'm going to do is cut it, leave a little bit extra. And then I can just tuck it into one of the strings from before. I'll put it through this top one here. And I'm just going to tie a knot. So we'll just thread it through there again, pull it tight, and then one more time to make sure it doesn't fall out. Okay, and then I have some extra string here, so what I'm going to do with that is just trim it off. Don't need that part anymore. Okay, so here is our God's Eye. So you can see it kind of looks like an eye. So what I'm going to do is hang this over my bed so that I'm reminded that God is watching over me during the day, during the night, whenever I need him. He's always watching over me. And the last thing we can do is take another piece of yarn. And if you want to make a little loop to hang it up with, I'm just going to thread that through our string again and tie a knot at the top. There we go. I'm gonna trim the extra off. Yep, get off there. So now I can hang it up on the wall, and it's my reminder that all through the week and all through the weekends, every holiday, every day, every night, God is watching over me. So I hope you enjoyed making this craft and that you remember that God is always with you.